FayWhat show, we want to introduce you to interesting people who are so important to our LGBTQ plus community. This morning, I'm joined by Key West AquaPlex owner, John Barrett and Velvet Lenore in bed. Let's take a look. My guests this morning are the icon, the first Miss FayWhat 2024, so you know, the mama at Lips, Bingo, and Sundays, Miss Velvet Lenore! And we have our new best friend from AquaPlex, Key West, and Fort Lauderdale, Jonathan Barrett. Yeah. Woo! See, this is what happens. See, Velvet is, I already have Velvet trained, John, okay? So Velvet's already been on my show at least 3 times. So she knows that I can't afford an audience yet.
Okay.
Yet, right? Yes. So we do our own audience and our own love and everything.
Love
so,
it.
You ready?
Show me the way.
Okay.
Show me the way.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, and he added the yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
What? So Jonathan is a multifaceted individual, originally from Charleston, South Carolina, right?
Yep.
John attended college at Savannah College of Art and Design. He has years of experience in the food and beverage industry, ranging from fast food business to fine dining. So welcome you two to the FayWhat show.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you, John, for being here. Thank you. Velvet, you're my sister. You have to be here. All right. So last month, I saw a post that Lips was closing, right? And I was completely crushed, okay? The place where my friends work at, the place where I have been a part of so many events, from pageants to gospel brunches to bingos, was closing after 17 years. The Queens posted about it, all right? There was a story in the paper about it. Social media, all the Facebook groups were screaming about Lips closing. People were sad. I was sad. I immediately made sure I had a reservation for their last Sunday brunch that was going to be August 11th, right? Okay, so I took extra Lexapro and I was ready for that brunch, right? So let's start from there. So, you know, how were the girls during that time, Velvet, when they had announced this, that that Lips was closing, but they still had to work?
Sad.
Sad.
We were all sad, but in the same sense, we were like, I think we kind of expected it. We've been waiting for it to come because we feel like the owners kind of forgot about that we were here at Lips. So when it happened, I think a lot of us more in shock because they didn't give us a notice to try to find other jobs, to try to find other things to do with our lives.
Really?
So
how much notice did they give you?
A week.
Okay, so literally they said, wait, you knew they were having issues, financial issues, okay? And so then they said, hey, this is what's going on. We are closing down Lips and you have a week. And you have to work for that last week.
Yep.
And that's all you got. Yep. And you were allowed with that information to post whatever you wanted on social media? Because that's when some of the girls, you waited a bit, you know?
I waited,
because you were like, you know, and I was like, when the hell is Velvet gonna say anything? You know, were you hesitant?
A lot of people was waiting, but I was waiting to see exactly what was going on because we had mixed information. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Somebody's trying to buy the place. Somebody's not trying to buy the place. I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to speak until I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So that's why I waited to the last minute to say something, because once I realized, okay, we're in the clear, now I can say something.
Yeah. Okay, so I heard of girls worrying about their bills, some worrying about the places that they lived. I heard about some franchise corporations offering the girls just a regular job if they needed it because of not having something set up already.
That was the blessing part of this whole thing, was people start reaching out to us for jobs and stuff like that, which...
Wow, I thought they were lying when they told me that.
No, they really reached out to us. They reached out for brunches and different shows and different things, but still we were like, we gotta wait. And I just felt in my heart that something was coming, so I said, I'm gonna wait. And but the thing is, I think it taught all of us something very important: save your money for a rainy day.
Yeah.
We can't be going out there spending the money like we used to. Everybody knows I love my bars.
Yes.
Special Johnson's.
Yes.
But we have to take this as a learning lesson to say, hey, we got a second chance. Let's save our money. Let's do it right this time.
Yeah. So. Okay, so the girls, you know, something about Lips is that you don't only work at Lips. The girls are allowed to work at other places as well, you know?
We didn't at first.
Okay, tell me about that.
Lips did not allow us to work other brunches and other things. You can work in nightclubs all you want, but I feel like that that's what mostly hurt us and hurt the girls as getting jobs, because people forgot about who we were. And that's why I was so strong-minded about staying in the community.
Yeah.
I was at everything. Everything you was at, I was right there with you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to show me, even if I can't be involved, I'm showing my face. I'm going to say, I'm still here.
I'm still
yes,
here.
I work
Don't
at
remember
Lips.
me.
Don't forget me. You know, hello.
Yeah.
Tap, tap, tap. You know, because I think that's so important to be involved in community, because I feel like you can't take and not give back.
Of course.
And I feel like, nothing against the old owners of Lips, but I feel like that's what they were doing. They wanted the money, but they didn't want us being out there involved in the things that we should be involved with, that showed that, hey, we support this, we support that. And they took that from us, and I don't think it was fair.
And how it sounds, it doesn't sound fair. Now, can I tell you something as a patron? Okay, as a patron, not as your friend, not as someone who is friends to a lot of the drag queens who work there. For the last couple of years, I saw Lips running on auto. I haven't seen a GM there in years. Like, what it is, you, Amanda, all the girls from doing the door, from doing the cash, from running around and serving everybody, from hosting, from performing. All of that. I never saw someone with a little mic going, all right, go to the back and get this person, or let's help here. It was you girls running the whole freaking place. Is that a true statement?
Yeah. We ran the whole place for, at least the past 3 years.
Wow. Wow.
But, that's, me and my sisters, we go through a lot, but as a family, because, we all have our differences, but at the end of the day, when it's time to pull together, that's one thing they can't take from these girls that work with me at Lips, is we pull together when it's time. We put all bull crap aside. I'm gonna say bullshit. Put all bullshit aside, and we pull together. Yeah. We all have had our things, but like when it comes down to it, we all got these different ways of doing things, but when it comes down to like nitty gritty, it's like, okay, let's pull together as a team. And that's what I love about, these girls, especially like Nicole and Trinity and Rihanna and Franny and Amanda and all these girls, Asheria, China. We pull together as a family and we throw the bullshit out the door. And that's what we did, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that need a job, but we're the ones that need to do what we had to do to survive.
Yeah. Well, and something that I love about you girls is just that. Like, you guys can like ream on each other, and you guys go below the belt like nobody's business. But if somebody goes after your sister or after you guys as a whole,
we ready to
then
fight.
That's it. That's it. You're ready to fight. So, okay, let's continue this journey. Okay, so the day came close, right, to the last brunch on August 11th, and then bam! AquaPlex saves the freaking day. John and Michael Barrett buy Lips. Okay? So I still went to the brunch and it was fabulous. 2 sold out shows were incredible, and they pulled out all the girls that day. It was crazy. It was crazy. So with all due respect, I bought a house in the past, John, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember it took forever to buy. How is it that it was one day to another and you had purchased Lips?
I really feel like there was a big team effort on both the old ownership part and our own part as well to actually bring this deal together. We made a couple phone calls. The whole deal actually came about because a mutual friend of ours knew the old ownership and sort of facilitated and helped transition the ownership into our ownership now. I really feel like it was a team effort that made it as seamless as it was, but it's also hard work. I mean, you have to sit down, you have to be in good communication with one another, and I really feel like that's what made it as easy of a transition as it could be.
So you were in communications with the ex-owners already?
Yes.
So you knew that Lips was going to close, that they were planning on doing something with this property. Did you know of all the issues that Lips supposedly had?
We knew about certain things that had been going on, certain difficulties that the old ownership had. We'd also been kind of like a secret shopper. We'd actually gone in and watched several of the shows without the girls really knowing who we were.
Oh, I knew who you was.
Yeah, of course, Velvet knows everything.
Velvet knows everything, yeah.
So we went and we really, it wasn't like going to a typical drag show for us. We were more so looking at it from a business standpoint of, okay, we want to do this here, we want to do that there.
You were staking it out, basically.
Totally. I mean, if you're going in, I mean, when you go to buy a house, I mean,
you look around the neighborhood.
You look around the neighborhood.
You drive there during the day, at night.
You check the statistics on, the internet. You ask people who live there. You see what's around it.
Mm-hmm.
We did the same thing really with when we went into Lips. We wanted to see, okay, well, what exactly are we going to need to do? What needs to stay? What needs to kind of change? And we developed our game plan from there. So
you and your hubby bought AquaPlex in Key West about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, and down there you have the AquaPlex that we all know and love that has been there forever. Okay,
Yep.
I wasn't aware that John and his husband had just bought that almost 2 years ago, and you just kept the name for it. And then you also have an additional birdcage. Am I saying that right?
The Birdcage Cabaret is our newest venture with the AquaPlex. So Aqua is more of a traditional drag show where it's more of a freestyle. Every one of the girls does their own performance style, their own looks and things like that. Whereas the Birdcage is more of a grandiose, like Vegas style cabaret experience with like the big, backpacks with the feathers and costumes and all of that kind of thing. So, Key West has a lot of entertainment, but we felt like that was something very special that we could offer, and that was a big group effort with Christopher Peterson, who came on board later last year. So
okay, so Aqua used to be gay. Not Aqua. Key West used to be very gay. Okay, it's not anymore. It's not as gay as it used to be.
There still is a gay community there. There's a gay presence, but from what I've heard and what I've talked to different people about, it's not the same as it used to be.
No, it's not. It's not. That's why, like, just the thought of Aqua closing, right? Like, that could have happened easily almost a year and a half ago. So you and your hubby are just like gay Superman. Pew pew. I'm gonna save this gay bar. Pew pew. I'm gonna save this drag bar. Pew,
there you go.
Pew.
There you go.
Is that what you're basically doing?
Well, it goes back to we're both very big fans of the art of drag. The queens are performers. They're artists, and the stage is where they do their art. They're showing the world what it is that the community has to offer by taking their people's minds off of whatever may be going on with them at the time. And we really need experiences like that in this day and age where there's a lot of uncertainty and people want to have fun.
Yes, and we deserve it. And you're also giving LGBTQ plus people a safe space. Like people still think of Key West as very gay.
Yes.
And then they go out there and it's a reality check real quick. But if you give them Birdcage and Aqua, we still have those safe spaces to go to, and
Absolutely.
It's fine, And Key West is fun. Don't get me wrong; it just has changed over the years, So, like I had touched on before, rumors had it that Lips was in trouble financially for a while. Is this true? Did you buy into a lot of debt?
No, not necessarily. We essentially assumed management of the bar. A lot of the finances and things like that, we've already really settled a lot of that because there wasn't really much to be settled. It was more so just a transition of the ownership, the assets, and that kind of thing. So we're pretty good to go as far as that's concerned.
That's awesome. Velvet, so when the news came, how did the news get to you? Did somebody call you? Did the new owners call you? The old owners? How did that happen?
A message on Facebook.
You're not telling me that you found out how the rest of us found out. No, you didn't.
A message on Facebook. Yep.
Oh my God.
But I'm gonna say this, and I can say this about Lips. Yes, we had our ups and downs at Lips. Yes, things went bad and good at the same time. But at the end of the day, they gave me a honest career for my life that somewhere I never thought I would be for 17 years. Yeah. And that's something we can't ever take from the old owners of Lips. No. There's nothing we can take from the name Lips. But with that being said, I'm looking for another 17 years when it becomes Aqua.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And with that face, you can.
Absolutely.
I hate her. I'm like, beyond Olive Olay, look at this shit. Like, that's not even fair. It really isn't, What will change when Lips turns into AquaPlex?
So
valet, please tell me valet. I hate parking at your place.
We are working on parking and valet. That is definitely one of the things that we very first noticed. So aesthetically speaking, we are redoing the interior. Right now, as we speak, actually, we have a team inside the space that are redoing the entire floors.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Those the carpet that got to go. That had to go.
Yeah, that carpet is like Alibi circa 2000. You remember
it
that?
Has some history. It has some history for sure. We're incorporating.
If that carpet can talk.
Right? Right?
It probably have some stories.
Right?
We're incorporating some newer technology. For example, the backdrop for the stage, we're going to be putting in a LED panel behind it. It's 4K quality, so we can do graphics. We're adding some of those same screens on the outside of the stage as well. We're going to be redoing and rebuilding the bar inside there. Doing a little bit of a revamp of the menu, change up the food a little bit. There's a lot of different things that we have coming down the pipeline, but those are just a couple.
Yeah, no, I can just imagine you've got a lot on your plate. Will you close for renovations at all?
We're going to try and stay open as much as we can. However, depending on what we have to do with rebuilding the bar, permitting, those things like that, we'll close as necessary. For example, with the floors, we did close for a couple of days. It's kind of hard to have a show with the floor being done.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
We're trying to stay open, but we'll close as necessary, basically.
So Michael Goodman is a friend of the show, and his PR firm is incredible. And I know that he, I can't remember exactly, either had shares in Lips or was maybe thinking of maybe buying it when things went bad. Will you still be working with Michael Goodman?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Many times when organizations or stores or anything like that are brought, the new owners clean house. Okay. Are you getting rid of anyone?
No.
No one. Like you're saying, you're being filmed, right, John?
Unless they give me
because those girls will come back and be like, he said no one.
Unless they give me a reason to.
Okay.
I feel like they came in with open arms and said, okay, this is your chance to show me who you are. And if they can't step up to the plate and do their job, then they have a right to get rid of us. And if we're doing our job, why would they get rid of us? Because we are Lips. We are going to be Aqua. So I feel like they're approaching it the right way with the girls, so we feel safe. And that's one of the reasons they bought the bar, is because they love the art of drag.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Will the girls audition again? Will they have to audition? Will they have to do anything to show their place? Or you're just saying, all right, everybody come back as you are?
Essentially, the girls have been auditioning as we go. They've been doing, like I said, we secret shopped the show several times before we actually took over. We wanted to see what each in particular queen had to offer, because everybody's style is very different.
Yeah.
All of the queens' drag is very different. We wanted to see what each one of them brought to the table, and I think that's what essentially makes this show and the venue what it is each one of the performers going out and doing what they do.
Well, and also the vast extension of all the queens. Like, they cover so much, from
Absolutely.
Gospel,
Mm-hmm.
to Susie too, who does like tap dancing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and everything in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Then Britney right in the middle. You know what I mean? You really do. No other place aside from Lips has that much substance when
Very
it comes to the girls. How many girls do you have in total, Velvet?
I think it's 15.
15.
It's 15
That's
of us.
not a lot of girls. That's not. It's not. I mean, for everything that you guys do,
But it's the biggest cast, I think, ever in South Florida.
Easy.
For example, down in Aqua, we have 8 performers as opposed to 15 here.
And you're open all week there.
Yes, we are.
Will you open all week here?
It really depends. We want to see what would be best for the girls as far as like the schedule, and also what the audience really wants to see. So the scheduling, it could change in the future, but right now that's one of the things that we're going to probably keep the same.
Is there something that you have on a wish list, Velvet, that John and his hubby have already said we're doing?
Adding productions back. Because I love to dance.
You love your dancers
I
behind you.
love
Yes.
to dance. So when they say that, let's.
Well,
when
and
they
also
were very
Velvet got 18 kids and they all dance, so that's why.
18.
Okay, 4.
The last I checked was 109.
You crazy. Okay, so they want to bring back production.
They want to bring back productions, and they want us to do things with this scream on the back. Oh, just stuff that I love to do.
Stuff that you love.
And the fact they want to bring cabaret in, all that stuff, that's just all my favorite stuff.
Yeah. That's how you walk around and you think about, how can I do a new production? That's how you roll.
I'm insane when it comes to that. I would be sitting at the train and the train is going by, and by the sound of the train gives me an idea for a show.
I love it.
How it
Inspiration.
sounds. Yeah,
I love it.
It's crazy.
Will the girls have to be exclusive to AquaPlex?
So one of the things that we do at Aqua, we have several of our girls that perform at many different venues. A lot of them do pageants and things like that. The exclusivity isn't necessarily something that we focus on, because each queen has their own brands that they present and that they put forward. regardless of what their home bar or their home venue is. So that's not necessarily something that we do. Even down in Aqua and Key West, several of our queens perform all over the United States. Epiphany, she performs in New York and California. She's performed in Greece, all sorts of different places. Elle Taylor does the same thing.
I love Elle Taylor. She's the one with the pointy, right? She's the one that walks on her ballet stuff.
Yes.
She does the aerial silk.
See, I remember her.
So we have a lot of very, very talented queens that do work for us, but they also have to get out in the world and show them what they can offer, and by extension, they're representing the Aqua brand.
Yeah, completely. I know that Velvet. I had some friends send me texts from Key West saying Velvet's down here, right? And I was like, what? And then I texted Velvet. Is that going to be a common thing? Will you share girls going down to Key West for special events and vice versa, maybe?
Ultimately, that is something that we're wanting to do as a way of, I think. It's kind of like if you go to the movie theater and you see, it could be your favorite film, but if you go and you watch that film one time, it's great. But if you see it 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 times, it's going to maybe lose its luster a little bit. So changing things up is probably a good thing. Different styles of music, different styles of drag. I was actually fortunate enough to run Lights and Sound the night that Velvet was there, and
you run Lights and Sounds too. I love that.
Multifaceted.
All right. Do you know how to make the curry chicken and all that too?
I'm working on my curry chicken. Okay. It needs a little bit of work. I stick more with Lights and Sounds.
I'm just saying,
But yeah, we had an absolute blast. She put on a hell of a performance. So yeah,
I love that.
I had a good time.
Did you have a good time? You told me that you felt welcomed, that they treated you good, that you're.
I know what to do with. I'm like, what is going on?
She was like, I could get used to this, and I'm like, how are they treating you in other places? I'm like, pobrecita, like, my God, John,
No, it's just that when you walk in a lot of places, some of the queens that, are like the house girls, they like cut their eyes and do different things. I'm not that type of girl. They hired me to do the job. I'm here to do my job. But when I went into Aqua, I felt no negative energy for anybody. Everybody said, oh my God, we're so glad to have you here, blah, blah, blah. But the biggest thing they kept saying, where's your boys? I'm like, I didn't break boys this time. Like, what is going on?
But next time I will, right?
Is that story got around about me already? I got boys around me? Like, oh my God.
Listen, your reputation got there before you did, girl.
It did.
So, John, in case you don't know, and I think you do know, you've got the hardest working queens, like, ever. I mean, and I'm not just saying that because I'm friends with these girls, When I first started going to Lips, I was probably friends with maybe 3 of them. And now I can call them all like family because they're out in the community. They're out advocating. They're telling people to vote. You know what I mean? They don't have to, they really don't. But they just, they are true extensions of Lips and now Aqua. They really do represent you everywhere they go, and they really are the hottest, the hardest girls that work anywhere.
100%.
Girls out there, if you're working at a bar, and you get to just go and put your track in and lip sync and grab your money, understand that you should be having a lot of gratitude for that bar, okay? Because I've never seen girls work as hard as they do at Lips, and for that reason, I want to make sure that we name all the queens from Lips. You ready to help me?
Yep.
Okay. So Amanda, Aaliyah, Susie, Asheria, Nicolette, Rihanna, Nicole T, Phillips, Erica, you.
British J. Fox.
Uh-huh.
Who we missing?
Daisy Dead Pedal.
Daisy Dead Pedals.
Daisy Dead Pedals, okay.
Who else we missing?
Who else?
Trinity B.
Trinity B, uh-huh.
Did we say Aaliyah?
We did say Aaliyah. We'll say it twice because she got ego. Riri! Oh my God! How happy is Riri with the bar? Can you tell me with the possibilities of the bar? Because every time I'm there, Riri's stuck behind the bar.
I think they're all pretty happy with what's coming down the pipeline. I think they're excited, and like you said, they're all incredibly hardworking. So. I think there's a certain level of excitement about everything that's going on. I bet.
Oh, we can't forget China Hilton.
China! Oh my God, China.
She'll get me. She will get me. China will get me,
China,
Lord.
Love
but
you
remembered. You remembered, so we're good.
No, so we're fine. And and to all these incredible entertainers, you are amazing.
Makala.
And you are part of the legacy. Makala, we can't forget about Makala, who I know we're gonna forget about somebody else. And I know they're screaming at the TV right now. And it's not that you're not seen, it's just that I haven't had enough coffee today.
So all the girls, we love
that's
you.
what happens.
Yeah,
but
if we forgot somebody, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. But know that you girls are it. You are Lips. You are the legacy. You are why people keep coming back and why more new people will be coming to AquaPlex to support you. So, so you've been in the house for the last couple of weeks, right? And like you said, you were doing stalking. I'll call it that, right? is there something that you plan to do before sitting in on one of these shows that when you saw how things ran, you were like, okay, this is not going to work here?
So from when I sat in, there were certain things with the sound quality that I wasn't really happy with that I wanted to change. Like I said, I do lights and sound down at Aqua. Certain aspects of the show, we wanted to be able to give the queens a little bit more freedom with the song choices, kind of update the repertoire a little bit, create that diversity as far as, you know, going all the way back to Patti LaBelle, but even as current as like Nicki Minaj, and everywhere in between.
Or Amanda with her Reba. She loves her some Reba.
Ooh, hey, Reba's great.
I love Reba.
I love me some Reba.
Me too.
But I mean, having that kind of artistic and creative freedom with the sets, it keeps the audience engaged. And it keeps the quality of the entertainment up. I mean, it gives people a reason to come back because they're like, I'm not sure if I saw everything that, you know, they have to offer.
Yeah.
So those were a couple of the things that, like I said, with the renovations, we're going to be redoing our sound there, and just trying to. Yes. It needs some work.
A little bit. John, what do you tell the people that say this ain't Key West, bitch?
It's not.
I added the bitch.
It's not. Bitch.
I like him a lot. You were right.
It's not Key West. So when I was growing up, I spent a lot of time going back and forth I have family in Boca Raton all the way up to Boynton Beach. So I spent a lot of time coming down here. And I've gone everywhere all over the country, from California to Key West to New York. Every place is different. You have to treat it as if it's different.
Yeah.
So it's not Key West.
Yeah.
And we're okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, let's be clear that LGBTQ plus are who work at places like Agua. You know, but we go to celebrate a special occasion or to support our friends that are working. But the majority of people at Lips Aqua will be straight people. You know, the bachelorette parties and all that. How do you plan on catering to them?
So one of the things that we try to do in particular with the straight audience that's wanting to come in is to offer them an opportunity to be exposed to what the different parts of the LGBTQ plus community that they wouldn't see anywhere else. And drag in itself is one of the biggest things that is that exposure. It's a completely different art form. Nowadays there's a little bit more mainstream accessibility to it, but I think with, Lips and even with AquaPlex now merging into one, you're going to get that kind of exposure in a more real now kind of aspect. So would
you consider adding drag kings?
Actually, we already work with drag kings. We did and still do a drag king show at AquaPlex in Key West. We love the drag king community. There's several of them that are actually, we have Joey Knight, who's in town in Key West for Women's Fest right now. It's a completely different facet of the drag community.
Yes, Joey's incredible.
Absolutely incredible. Seeing them perform, it creates this really interesting balance to the queens by adding in the kings to the mix. So that is something we would definitely love to do here at Lips in Fort Lauderdale.
So going back to me saying that you have the hardest working girls, any of them getting a promotion?
Maybe.
Why are you looking at me like that? Wait, yes! All right, ding, 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 Faye got it, live on film.
Oh, Jesus.
So with, as far as, promotions and different things, we are working on expanding the show. There's going to be people that are going to need to take charge of making sure those productions happen, and Velvet is definitely one of those queens.
Get that coin, sis!
Yeah. So she has a lot of experience with productions and dance and all that kind of thing. She does. She's definitely helping us put it together, and we're excited to bring it.
I love that. So Lips has been a hub for pageants, nonprofit events forever, so intertwined with our community. Will that continue?
Absolutely. It's very important to be involved in the community. Even down in Key West, we're very involved in the Key West Business Guild, as far as the gay community, and also with the pageants and even nonprofit events. So, for example, in Aqua, we have Aqua Idol coming up, which is a locals-based event that works with Sister Season, the local SPCA. We're wanting to bring a lot of that same element to the Fort Lauderdale location. You know, like Velvet was saying, it's important to be involved in the community because we have to support each other.
Yeah.
We can't just take. We have to be able to give and bring something to the community that's special. So 110%, that is something we're looking at doing here as well.
I love it. I love it. John, can I ask you one more thing?
Sure.
The white hair on your head.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not have that a couple of weeks ago before you started at Lips?
Oh, no, it's been there since I was
Oh, okay,
16.
okay. I had to check because South Florida does that to you.
They don't get credit for that. That's been there. That's been there.
Well, then I freaking love that.
Thank you.
Like, that is so cool. Michelle Visage, watch out. Look at
Uh-oh.
this. Look at
I
this.
ain't coming for you, Michelle.
Wow.
I ain't coming for you, Michelle.
Wow, Jonathan, please send our love to Michael and please tell him to to have a speedy recovery from his hip surgery that we're all pulling for him.
And we appreciate it.
And that if he needs to do the other hip, do it soon. Okay, because then you have one good hip and one bad hip, and then sex sucks. For real, just saying, you know. But please send our love to him. Velvet, keep kicking ass, girl.
Thank you.
You know how much I love you.
I'm trying.
I know.
Ain't no
girl.
trying, you
Listen,
doing.
You are doing. Ain't no trying. You're doing. Listen, whenever I get tired and I'm like, I can't keep on. These mother effers don't appreciate me. I don't want to do this shit no more. Then I go and look at Velvet doing 18 things in one day, and I'm like, bitch, get out of bed and go do your job. You know what I mean? So there's that, all right? So be on the lookout for more information on AquaPlex. And please follow them on social media. And do we have any insight on maybe when you'll have the new name?
We're hoping between the next 3 to 5 months, we'll have everything rebranded under AquaPlex. You know, things like that, they're a process, a work in progress. So there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that are going to dictate that, but it's going to be coming soon. Very
Okay,
soon.
so coming soon, and we don't know that. But right now, still support our girls.
Absolutely,
Still go
100%.
to all the shows.
Yeah, go to
to
Facebook,
bingo.
go to Instagram, and hit these girls up and show them some love and show them that you're here to support us.
Absolutely.
So still follow Lips though for that information until further notice.
Absolutely.
Right? Until you see that it says that, you know, now move over to AquaPlex, okay? But just stay tuned to know what the F is going on, basically, right? So go support everybody. I'm going to have Amanda Austin and Velvet Lenore come back in bed with me in a couple months, right before the grand opening that hopefully I'll be invited to.
100%. You know it.
We'll think about it.
I got
See
you.
how she treats me?
I got you.
And I love it. Like, and seriously, like, I love when she beats me. All right, so now I need both of you to go into look in that camera individually and say, FayWhat?
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 FayWhat? FayWhat? I love that. And then one more time, say, I gotta reference your pin here, Miss Velvet. Last question. Thank you for the boob shot. Last question for both of you. Voting this year important?
Yes,
100%.
It's really important. This is the most crucial year. We need to vote. We need to vote.
Okay.
If you love drag, you need to vote. It's that simple.
We have to look out for our community. Voting is the #1 most important way you can do that.
Okay, so you heard it from their voices, so it's not just always me screaming at you to vote. You see what I'm saying? So follow AquaPlex, Birdcage, Lips on social media. Thank you for being on the FayWhat Show, John. Thank you so much, Miss Velvet. I love you both. Or I love you already.
I love
dude.
you.
I think we're gonna be good friends.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Oh,
Next time
I see trouble.
next time you gotta bring your hubby in bed too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll do a throuple there.
To be continued
And
kind
then,
of thing.
yeah, see, and then I'll be the brown filling. I love you guys. We'll be right back.